Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it's all about ranking the fragrances I purchased for 2023, and there's quite a few here and you might be kind of surprised on some of them where some of these ended up on this scale. But before we get started, I'm going to share with you guys what's all over my nails and what's all over my lips, because if I don't, you do always ask. On my nails is Siren's Deceit from Mooncat. I love this color, been wearing it quite a bit. It's lasted a week already. I'll be changing up my nail color later today, but this is a beautiful like purple shifting blue. Love, love, love Mooncat. Love this color. And on my lips, I have a color combo, of course. I have Peach Blossom from MAC. You guys have seen me wear this combo many, many times. And a lifter gloss number 004 in silk. And this one is really, really nice, very comfortable. Love that. All right, so before we actually go into the ranking, how many do I even have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-ish. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up to the top. I'll tell you why they're near the bottom, in the middle, or at the very top. But I'm pretty sure you'd probably figure out if it's at the bottom, I wouldn't repurchase. Before we get into that though, I thought it was only fitting to share with you the 2 repurchases I made this year. I'm not including them in this ranking because they're perfumes I already had in my collection that I just really loved and want to back up on. And the first one is a Dolce & Gabbana, is the only one, too. I'm about right here on the fragrance and what's left, but I wanted to make sure I had a backup because this is one of my, not nostalgic, but it gives me great scent memory. And the next item I want to share with you guys is seemingly still on like the discount sites like fragrancenet.com, which is where I think I got this one. And that is the Marc Jacobs Daisy Oh So Fresh Skies. And this is limited edition, but it's seemingly, I'm still seeing it popping up on my email. They're like, hey, you bought it once. Do you want to buy it again? Marc Jacobs always releases 3 new ones in a collection every year. And I think the newer one, Candy or something like that, Sweet, something of the new one is going to be coming out shortly. This was from a couple years ago. I want to say 2021, but they still obviously still have some of these in stock. When it comes to like fragrancenet.com or maybe perfumeonline.ca, definitely check this out. Love this very much. It's one of my favorite freshies just out of the shower scent. Love it. I wanted to share with you guys those 2 first before we get into this very long list of fragrances. I didn't realize I bought so many fragrances. I know that's not a lot for some people and it's a lot for other people and it's a lot for me. Like I'm looking at this going, and I know I've used some fragrances up in the year of 2023 that I bought at the beginning of the year. So they're not even here because they've already been used. 2024 is going to be interesting. So on the bottom of my list, don't hate me. Again, keeping in mind too, scent is objective. So these are my thoughts and opinions, and these are how I rank them. So even if in this list you think of certain ones might be a little higher, that's wonderful. I appreciate that. And you can tell all of us down below. That's totally fine. I don't take offense to that. Please don't take offense to things that I might not enjoy as much as you do. Sometimes things are hyped up, and I'm going to say that this is the one that was quite hyped up. This is Lalique Solier, and I really like it. That's just where it ends though. It's a like. It's too floral for me. The bottle is stunning. There's a little bracelet thing, like it's an anklet, bracelet, whatever it comes. Now, Lalique is a glass house company that create glassware and glassworks, but they made some of the perfumes. Now, this has been hyped up since I started watching about fragrances. So 2019, the end of, or the beginning of 2020. And it's really nice. And it's not super expensive. I got this on fragrancebuy.ca and it was not that expensive. I think it was maybe about $50 Canadian. With that being said, it's not expensive, but it's beautiful to look at. I'm just going to struggle wearing this. For me, this is going to be a late spring and summer scent, but I think I might mix it with other things like vanilla or something. I don't know. I just don't see the hype. Everyone hyped it up. I am thankful though that it's not the most expensive hyped up fragrance I've ever purchased. Next fragrance, I know there's a lot of you fragrance reviewers. If you're watching, I'm so sorry. Again, subjective. You know that. I know that. We're all good. Everyone's good about this. It's good. It's just not as vanilla as I was really hoping it would be, I'd heard so many people talk about. That's Jessica Simpson's Fancy. We're not going to use Fragrantica today because it's just too much and I got a lot to do. This is supposed to be a vanilla, slight floral scent, that kind of thing. And it's nice. It's more floral than vanilla for me. It is sweet. I definitely would say it's a sweeter floral, but it's okay. I would prefer a scent like a vanilla scent, like a Kayali Vanilla 28. If we're gonna go sweet, that's where I would go. This is nice. I got it on my bedroom tray to wear to bed because I feel like the florals are kind of like a little relaxed. They're not too crazy. Again, not expensive. I think this one was like $30 Canadian on fragrancebuy.ca. It's not expensive, so I don't feel bad. I will get through this, but just not for me. Okay, I think I'm about to break my channel because I know when I made this video where I compared this one to another fragrance, which is also here, some people were not happy with me and they were very offended by my descriptors in my video, and that is fine. I am made of tough skin. I worked in the policing field. I was a firefighter, and you know what? I just don't care. I'm not young to care enough how other people feel about things when it's supposed to be fragrance and supposed to be fun. Don't hate me, but I did not enjoy the newest release from Dolce & Gabbana, and that's Devotion. I felt this to be very generic. I have smelt this in many other places. And in fact, so many reviewers who have way more fragrances than I do were comparing this fragrance to very expensive niche brand fragrances. And Arlene did make a little video on her channel saying just like what I've been saying as well. And that's stating that these designer brands are starting to jack up the prices of fragrance. This is like this is Canadian dollars, mind you. This was like $156, almost $160, and it's brand new. So of course it's really hard if you can find it on a discount site, good luck, but really you have to go to the stores to get these. You guys, designers are jacking up their prices. I didn't feel like this lemon cakey thing with vanilla was that unique. I have other things that and I'm not trying to compare it. I felt very strongly, just as I know a lot of people were very strongly opposed to my thoughts. I feel very strongly that this was very generic. This was a very safe release for Dolce & Gabbana. Everyone in 2023, towards the end of this year, they have been definitely releasing things with vanilla. I'm all for that. You guys, vanilla is my #1 fragrance note. But I just didn't feel like this was anything revolutionary. It's nice, but I just didn't like it that much. So again, we're going from the bottom to the top. So this is near the bottom, you guys. Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion. The next one's also Dolce & Gabbana. I didn't even realize I just picked it up and went, oh, not that I hate this one, but there are reasons why this is bottom middle of my ranking. And that's also from Dolce & Gabbana, L'Imperatrice. Now, I really enjoy this scent. This is definitely a fruit salad blast. It's a great summer scent and it's beautiful, and everyone was hyping it up. And I will say it's not very expensive. Again, fragrancebuy.ca is where I got this. I think it was like $30, $40 Canadian. But guess what? On most average people who can have fragrance last on them, it may last on them for maybe 3 hours. I got like 30 minutes. I have to keep spraying this. Now I did get this towards the end of summer, so I haven't used it a lot. I will plan on using this a lot this coming summer, but my good God, like this is like it is like an eau de toilette. It's not even an eau de toilette. It's like a cologne spray. It's so light, but what I do smell of it, when I do smell it, it is really nice. It's not that I hate this, just the longevity is not there for me, and my body eats fragrance up very quickly, more so than an average person. So when like someone normally gets 2 to 3 hours on this, I get like 30 minutes, and I'm like, no. So anyway, another Dolce & Gabbana L'Imperatrice. Nice scent, just not long lasting. Now these, we're kind of hitting almost middle. Now these two I'm going to share with you together. I'm going to post a video in the iCard above here where I ranked my mixed bar fragrances. I love these two. I really enjoy them. It's just that I didn't quite make it past some of these other ones. So now we're leaning on to the ones I wouldn't repurchase again. These ones I would repurchase, and pretty much anything ahead of this I would repurchase. This is Vanilla Bourbon by Mix Bar, and this one here is Coconut Palm. And again, in that video, I talked to you guys more about the scent note breakdown and so on. This vanilla bourbon is gorgeous. I'll be wearing the heck out of this winter. I love, again, I just mentioned vanilla is like my favorite scent note. Love this one. It does actually last a decent amount of time. These are inexpensive, only found at Target in the United States. So I had to get a friend of mine, Teresa, thank you, to send me all of my mixed bar fragrances. These are wonderful. I highly suggest if you're in the States, give them a shot. Don't poo-poo them. And especially the next one, Coconut Palm. This smells like Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Gentle Fluidity Gold. I know it sounds weird. It says Coconut Palm. And yes, there's a tiny bit of coconut. But when I spray this, it smells. And when I got it in the mail and I sprayed it right away, I said to my husband, I'm like, this smells familiar. I have something like this. I know I do, but it's really expensive. And it just took me a few seconds and I'm like, it dawned on me. I grabbed the other one, the actual Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold, the very expensive bottle, and I put it on my other wrist and they were literally 90% the same. So again, this is not very expensive. I think it's like $27 US, $26 US. Give it a try when you're in Target. Love that one. Now, next up, we have 3 from the same house, if you will. I have ranked the 3. So we're going to talk about Clean Reserve. So I have 1, 2, and 3. So let's go to the one that I bought. I think I bought this one on fragrancebuy.ca. It's Clean Reserve's Scent in Rain. Really like this one. It's super fresh. It's airy. It's light. The only problem with these is that the Clean Reserve fragrances don't last a particularly long time. They last longer than 30 minutes, but they don't last all day. So you definitely want to respray. So I got the Rain one on fragrancebuy.ca. Again, you can get it very inexpensively that way. Save some major percentages. Even Sephora can't keep up with that. So with the discount. The second one we're going to talk about is the Sparkling Sugar. This is actually the second one I picked up too. So actually in ranking, third was the third one I bought. This was the second one I bought. Go figure. And this one came out at the very beginning of 2023, I believe, or the very tail end of 2022. This is nice. It gives a nice little sugary feeling. Again, if you like sweet things, not gourmand, but if you like sweeter scents, this was also very nice. Now, the one that got me started, I bought this when we were in Germany, in Munich airport at the duty free. This is my duty free purchase, was the skin scent. And this is definitely talked about on the internet, and I understand why. I've used the word angelic to describe this fragrance on my channel from the time I bought it. From the first time I did a review. This is very angelic. It's not anything. It's like skin. It's not like super floral. There's floral notes to it. It's not super sweet, but there are some sweetness to it. It is truly like a really lovely, fresh shower, clean skin. I don't know. It's really, really good. I would say if you're going to buy one of these to try first, and I know they come in smaller sizes, definitely try the skin one first to see if you like it. Now, again, they don't last a particularly long time. On my body, I get about 2 to 3 hours, but probably most people, you probably get like 5 maybe, but it's a big bottle. You can respray. I'm happy to do that, and I would definitely repurchase. Like I said, from the mix bar fragrances onwards, I would repurchase all of these. So the next one was my friend Emmy, who's been talking about this fragrance for so long, and she actually gave me a sample of it years ago when I was still living in Halifax, Nova Scotia. She's from Ontario. This is her favorite fragrance in her entire collection. Her collection, I haven't seen it, except for what she shows us online, is enormous. I think is amazing. And I'm going to butcher the name. So I'm just going to give you the Ladanza. Yeah, Ladanza. This one. And there are actually some notes on the back of this. So the top notes are bergamot and apple, mid notes are cedar and cinnamon, base notes are musk, vanille, and cocoa, or coca. I did buy this at fragrancebuy.ca. I put myself on notification when something was available. This is a tester, hence why there's a sticker on the back, but it's a tester with a lid. That's key. I would not buy a tester without a lid. This is an apple pie's dream. This is what you would want to wear in the months of September, October, or even November, because our Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. American Thanksgiving is in November. This is perfect. This is fall in a bottle. If you like apple and the spices that come along with it, an apple pie, this is your dream. This is so good. It doesn't last that long on me. I only get a couple hours and then it's gone, but I would repurchase this as long as I got it on a discount. I do really enjoy this one, and I think Emmy was completely right in what she says about this fragrance. It is really that good. Okay, so the other half of that controversial video I did where I talked about Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, I also talked about Goddess by Burberry, and this is the bigger bottle. My husband picked this up for me by my request when he was in Copenhagen at his duty free when he was flying back to Canada. I love this one. Now, I have so many fragrances. I will be getting through this a little bit better come the new year. This will be on my bedside table. This is lavender done right. This is vanilla done right. But I will say, this is a niche price. Guys, again, with the designer fragrances, this was on discount. This was picked up at duty free. Canadian dollars was still $170 Canadian duty free. I think if you bought this at Sephora, it was over $200, barely over 200, but still 200 for a 100 ml bottle. This is coming up to niche prices. Again, Arlene has done a video and I will just put her information down below, but this is so true. It's getting scary, guys, because now the only difference between niche and designer fragrances, it seems, is just that. It's whether it's niche brand house or it's a designer house, because they're really creeping up to the price point of a niche brand, which usually that meant it was more expensive. I love this one and I will stand by it. Again, people were not happy when I said I think a guy would really enjoy this one because of the lavender. Yes, of course I'd say that, because most male fragrances have lavender in it. If you are a male who loves vanilla, you're probably going to enjoy this. Vanilla and lavender. And I'd say it's herbal lavender, but with that vanilla, it really just tames it down, because I am not about herbal lavender scents. Give me the sweet like cloud from Ariana Grande. I want the sweet marshmallow. This is a sweet vanilla. I prefer this vanilla over this vanilla. That's why it's up higher on my ranking list. Okay, so next up is another designer fragrance. I bought this, actually, this travel size YSL's or Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium Eau de Parfum. I bought this at the Sephora VIB sale in the spring of 2023. I love this so much that I got a 30 ml. I didn't go for the big bottle. They are expensive again. Even the 30 ml was still like $150. You guys. But I love this so much. I wanted to keep this for travel. This is coming with me on my trip, on my vacations coming up. This is just so good. If you love gourmands and you love vanilla, again, I think I've made myself very clear here to say that I absolutely enjoy all kinds of vanilla. You need this. Try this one out first, unless you can get a sample, but go for the travel spray first. Then I went for this one. I would go for a bigger one if I didn't have such a large collection of fragrances in my mind, because 30 ml will take me a while to get through. This is definitely a fall, winter, cold weather type scent. It is vanilla, vanilla, vanilla with a little bit of coffee and a little bit of I think there's a little bit patchouli at the base, just to kind of make it kind of bind. But guys, this is like, I only have 2 fragrances that beat this out. So I'm just saying, if you're ever in a Sephora or in a place where you can test this out or ask for a tester, check it out. And if you're able to get a sample, wear it, see if it works for you. If you're a gourmand lover and love vanilla in general. All right, we're now down to the last 2 fragrances I have in my collection, and they were really hard for me to figure out where they would go. It's almost a tie. I've kind of made one win over the other because I have smelt it longer and I've been desiring that fragrance longer. So it's probably one of my latest purchases for each of these 2. These all came in like early fall. BDK's Gris Charnel. I did purchase this full price because it's really hard to find on any gray market. Gris Charnel is gorgeous. It's got those tea scents to it that I absolutely adore. I almost smell mint, even though mint isn't necessarily, I don't think it's a scent note to it. This is a fall, it's raining, you want to feel good, you're putting on a like nice cable knit sweater, you just, you smell so good for you, first of all, and those around you. It doesn't give a huge amount of sillage. It's definitely for you and those close to you. I ended up buying mine from Be Gorgeous Beauty out in Nova Scotia. They were the only place I could find this fragrance. I guess Holt Renfrew might have it, but I know Tim and I wanted to support his company. So I did purchase it from Tim at Be Gorgeous Beauty, and Gris Charnel is so good that I'm actually, this is the Eau de Parfum. Now they have an extrait and I'm wondering if I need that one. I do enjoy this one. It's even gray juice, which just reminds me of a gray day when you want to wear and have, wear some fragrance and feel a little comforted. It's a gray day. It's a beautiful day when you're wearing that. I absolutely enjoy it. Highly recommend if you're able to get your nose on it to get a sample, try it. Which leads me to the very last fragrance. I have been desiring to purchase this one for so long. It's expensive. I was on a fragrance group here in Canada and someone who is actually very well, like they're one of the moderators. So I knew it wasn't anyone trying to, swindle you from your money. They had this on for a really decent price. Like it was still expensive, but A lot less expensive than me purchasing it at a store like Whole Renfrew, Be Gorgeous Beauty, that kind of thing. I want to support people, but sometimes they're really expensive. I finally got my hands on Initio's Side Effect. And oh man, you guys, this is such a great scent. This is boozy. You got rum, you got tobacco, you got vanilla. This is a unisex fragrance. And when I say you spray, they say you're going out, going for a nice date night, guy or girl, you spray this on you, on your clothes, ready to go. Now you got to put your jacket on, because this is definitely more of a fragrance I would wear in the fall and winter, the cold weather. You're going to put a jacket on. You go out to said date. Jacket comes off, goes in the back of the chair. You enjoy a lovely meal, maybe a movie. You come home, you hang up the jacket, you put the jacket away into your closet. By next fall, you're going to smell this on the jacket still. Like seriously, this thing projects like crazy. You don't need a lot. And that's the thing about niche fragrances. I'm going to say, just like Arlene did, as the designer fragrances are creeping up to niche fragrance price, go niche, because designers will water down their fragrances. Niche, if they're going to play that game, I'm going to say go niche, because the sillage is amazing, which means when you walk out of a room, someone's going to know that you were there because that smell is trailing with you. It's gorgeous. This is my number one find and pick up for 2023. And I'm so happy I have this in my collection. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, because this will be coming out right before New Year's Eve. What were some of your top fragrance purchases of 2023? Any of the ones I just showed you here in my selection, did you buy any of those too? Like, and what was your favorite? And whether you agree or disagree with my picks, I am totally not taking offense to anybody, and please don't take offense to how I rank them. Everyone is different. Fragrance is subjective. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to ring in 2024. What's your fragrance for New Year's Eve? Whether you're staying at home or going out, what is the fragrance that you're going to put on for New Year's Eve? I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll post that on Instagram. I'm not sure. As always, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.